Hi, my name is Kiri and welcome to your 15-minute yoga series. Today's focus is going to be deep core for postpartum recovery. So roll out your mat. You're not going to need any props for this one. And whenever you're ready, let's begin. So today we'll begin our session in our comfortable seat. So just find a nice, easy crisscross applesauce and or however you'd like to sit. If your legs are extended, that is totally okay too. And then we're just going to take a couple of breaths to help us settle in. So if you'd like to bring your hands to the middle of your lap with your palms facing up to kind of help support the space, allow yourself to do so, or you can place your hands on the knees. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Reminding yourself what a miracle your body is for everything that it's been able to endure to bring your beautiful baby into the world. And know that recovery takes time, so give yourself grace and take things nice and slow. Good. From your hands being on your lap, we're going to take both of our hands and bring them to our bellies. So have your fingertips right towards the center and have your palms towards the obliques. And then I want you to think about really breathing into your hands. So inhale, breathe in, fill your belly up, feel your ribs expand, feel your chest expand, but really push your belly out into your hands. And then as you exhale, pull the navel in towards the spine, feeling a gentle compression through that corset, so through your midline, and bring everything in nice and tight. Good. In your inhale again, expand into your hands. And then exhale, pull everything in. Feel the gentle compression of your abdomen towards your spine. Again, inhale, expand. And then again, exhale, pull it in. Good. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. So your hands being there is just a little bit of a reminder of what your breathing should feel out through the rest of the session. And that's really going to help with bringing everything back in towards your center. So you're going to bring your right hand over towards your right side. Inhale, reach that left arm nice and high. Again, expand, open up into that belly. And then as you exhale, pull everything in. And then find length through your spine as you take that nice side bend over towards the right. Good. Really opening up into that left side. And then rotate your chest open slightly. Use your inhales to lift yourself up again, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale over towards the right. Good. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale over. Being nice and gentle with the body. It's really important to listen to what the body is telling you and how far you're taking things. So bring yourself all the way back up to the top as you breathe in. Relax that left hand as you exhale and bring that hand down towards the ear. And then again, expand out as you take a nice big breath in, reaching the right arm high this time. And then use your left hand for support. Lengthen through the spine as you reach over towards the left this time. Really opening through that right side, lengthening through your obliques, your right shoulders, and your ribs. Use your inhales to reach and lengthen. And then exhale over towards the left once more. Good, and we'll do it one final time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale over towards the left. Good. Gently come all the way back up to the top, reaching that arm up as you release it back down towards the earth as you exhale. And then we'll rotate ourselves over towards your mat, coming into our tabletop position. Good. So let's do a little bit of breathing here. So we do a little bit more deep core work in an isometric position for our core. So I don't want you to keep your spine nice and straight. Have your neck lengthen towards the front of the room, keeping your neck nice and neutral. And I want you to think again. Inhale, expand your belly down towards the earth, allowing gravity to help that. Fill yourself up. And then as you exhale, pull the navel in towards the spine. Good. And then again, inhale, expand through the belly and the ribs. And then exhale again as you pull everything in and up towards the spine. Good. Again, inhale, expand. Exhale, pull everything in and up. Good. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale. And then exhale again. Pull everything in and up, even squeezing through your pelvic floor in towards your middle. So think about your pelvic floor down here, and then that pulling up towards your ribs. Good. One last time. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. You're going to bring your right hand to center, and we're just going to find a gentle twist. On your next inhale, reach that left arm high, stacking shoulders. And then exhale, reach towards the opposite side of the room, allowing your head to follow the movements. Inhale again, look up as you reach that left arm high. And then exhale again, rotate to the opposite side. Good. Inhale, lengthen, reach. And then exhale. Good. We'll end it on the inhale. So inhale, reach. And then exhale, bring that hand down towards the earth. Good. Again, so I want you to think about really when you twist towards the opposite direction, pulling the navel in towards the spine as you do so. So inhale, reach that right arm high this time. And then exhale towards the opposite side, rotating your head towards the left as well. Inhale, reach, expand with the belly. And then exhale, rotate towards the left. Good. Inhale again, reach. And then exhale again, rotate. Good. Last time as you inhale, reach. Before you exhale and plant that hand back down towards the earth. Good. Once you find your tabletop once more, you're going to gently lower yourself down to your elbows. And then you're going to walk your feet a little bit more in towards you. So you're going to tuck your toes underneath. And then you're going to hover your knees just an inch off the ground. And you're going to tuck your pelvis forward. Good. Once you find that, pull the navel back in towards the spine. Breathe nice and big. Good. We've got 4 more breaths here. Good. Last 3. Good. 2 more. Beautiful. Last one. Good. Gently drop the knees nice and wide. Untuck the toes behind you. Roll your hips all the way back towards your heels. And find a child's pose. Focus on slowing down your breath. Allowing the body and the muscles to ease. And remind yourself that you're already doing an amazing job. Good. As you finish up that exhale, slowly roll yourself back up to your hands and knees. Good. And we'll find a couple of cat-cows here. So on your next inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone as well as your gaze, finding that nice arch through your spine. And then exhale, push the earth away, dome the top of your back, tuck your pelvis and chin underneath, and take a look at your belly, pull it all the way in and up towards the spine. Good. Inhale again, drop the belly, lift the tailbone as well as your gaze. And then exhale again as you round everything back in and up towards the sky. Good. Inhale again. Arch through your spine, find cow pose. And then exhale, round it out for your cat. Chakravarkasana. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Gently come back into a nice neutral spine. And then you're going to find your comfortable seat and just swivel your legs around. Good. And then just gently extend the legs out in front of you. And then just give yourself a gentle fold before you roll your spine all the way back. So you find yourself in a nice reclined position. Good. Once you found yourself reclined, you're going to plant your feet onto the mat, hip distance, and your knees straight up towards the sky. So notice the position of your spine. Your hips are probably touching the earth, and then your mid back is probably touching, but your low back is probably floating just a little bit. So what I want you to do is think about taking a nice big inhale here, taking one hand over the belly and one hand right over your pelvis, so right over the soft spot in your uterus. So I want you to think about inhale, breathing and expanding up towards the sky, your belly, that is. And then as you exhale, think about really tucking the pelvis forward and pushing that lower back into the mat as you pull the belly in as you exhale. Good. Inhale again, arch the spine. Allow yourself to expand and breathe in into your belly. And then again, exhale. Pelvis forward, squeezing, pulling even your pubic bone in and up, and pulling your lower back into the ground. And then inhale again, expand, open it up. Lower back arches, big breath. And then exhale, pull everything down towards the earth. Feel your lower back really press down. You lift your pelvis almost slightly off the ground. Squeeze. Good. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Pelvis forward, squeeze, pull everything in and down. Good. Last one. Inhale, arch. Relax your pelvis. Expand the belly up and the ribs up towards the sky. And then exhale again, pull everything in and down. Good. Inhale again, relax everything. And then as you exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself that love. Good. Allow yourself to bring your knees out a little bit farther out towards the sides and give yourself a gentle rock side to side, just rolling out your lower back. You like to make some big circles with the knees going in the same direction. That's going to roll out the lower back even more gently. Make sure you go in both directions. Good. Now pay attention to your lower back's position once your knees are hugged into your chest. It's going to be pretty easy to have that lower back pressing down into the earth. So I want you to maintain that position the best you can, really tucking the ribs in so you feel like your mid-back is also pressing down into the mat. And then from there, just have your knees hover just right over the hips. So if this you feel like is enough weight to bear, then you could hold it right here. If you're like, I think I could do a little bit more, so try it. If you'd like to extend that right leg, the right knee, so that your shin is parallel with the ground, you can do that. And then if you feel like you can bear a little bit more weight, then extend both of your feet, or just bend from the knees so that the shins are parallel to the mat. So think a 90-degree bend right here. Good. So keep maintaining that connection of that lower back into the earth, and bring your hands onto your thighs, and you can control how much you work in this one. So you can really push your hands into your thighs and then have your thighs also push into your hands, and you're going to feel everything between your neck and your pelvis really start to work. So think about your pelvic floor pulling in and up towards your ribs, pulling that lower back into the ground, pushing your hands into your thighs into your hands. Breathe here. We're trying to be here for 5 breaths. Adjust the leg position if it becomes too difficult. Breathe, inhale, exhale, push. Know that shakes are totally normal here. Again, control how much you are putting in effort. Make sure that it feels comfortable enough, and make sure that you're listening to your body's cues. Good. Last 3 breaths. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. Take a nice big breath here. Keep pushing. And then as you exhale, relax and hug your knees back into your chest and let everything go. Great job, Mama. Allow yourself to take a moment, take a breather. If you'd like to extend your legs here, please do that. If you're feeling still a little bit more tender and you feel like you need a little bit of support, rather than feeling really exposed in that open Shavasana, you can roll yourself over to a fetal position to give yourself a little bit more comfort as you recover. But still allow yourself to take those nice big breaths. Remind yourself of all the work you've already done and overcome, and how your body had the ability to create life, or has the ability. And again, take your time, give yourself space and grace. Remember that your body is an incredible, incredible thing. Because with gratitude, our attitude and our view of the world can greatly change. And you are deserving of a happy and content life. And we'll take one last big breath in and out here. And if you are on your back, if you'd like to take a full body stretch, do so. If you are in that comfortable fetal position, take your time to slowly just push yourself up to your comfortable seat. Allow yourself to move slowly and take your time getting there. Once you arrive, one hand on the belly, one hand over the heart, reminding yourself to give yourself grace, be patient with yourself. You've already done so much, and that you are an incredible mom. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to guide you today from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you at the next one.